Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to Chelsea Fan TV and welcome back to another episode of 5 Things We Learned. Big up every single one of you that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe, all of that crap. And it has been a tough 24 hours coming out of that game. Partly because I don't know how we managed to leave that game with a loss. Although you do know how, you just can't really believe it. It's just another slap back to reality in terms of like the quality of this squad as a whole and also just where we really are this season. And it's a shame because I really wanted to believe that this team could go the distance in the title race, but clearly the window that we had just wasn't good enough. And it has just led to everything that we have seen in front of our eyes this season. And it's just not been good enough. Not been good enough at all. We're going to go into everything regarding this game. So you guys know what to do. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. And yeah, Chelsea won, Aston Villa 2. Imagine telling someone at halftime in that game that Aston Villa were going to come back and win that game and Chelsea weren't going to even get another goal. Although it does seem kind of poetic that the only goal that we scored was completely by accident. Just a corner that managed to bounce off the shin of João Pedro and just balloon into the net. That was the only way we breached Aston Villa. Despite us dominating, despite us being in control, despite Aston Villa literally saying, we're going to just sit back for 60 minutes and we're going to see what you can do. And what did we do? The square root of fuck all. First point I have to make is Unai Emery has absolutely embarrassed this institution because he just banked on us not being clinical. Like he said, we've got a big game at the Emirates in a couple of days. I'm as much of a hater of Arsenal as you guys are. I'm focusing on that game. I'm just going to sit back, hope they frustrate themselves, hope that they don't find a way to score against us. And then if the game's still there to be got, I'm going to throw my forwards out. And that's exactly what he did. And what did we do? Nothing. We had Garnacho just giving the ball away with cheap touches and just aimless crosses. Some were good, some were crap. Ultimately, he slowed down the play way too much on that left side. We had Neto just doing the best of nothing, over-touching everything. João Pedro and Palmer were anonymous for long periods in that game. And the substitutions were all too late as well. Well, they were all reactive, in my opinion. And overall, we let Emery's game plan work out to perfection. And all I got to do is just say, look, credit to Unai Emery, because his tactics and his game management worked, whereas our tactics, I will say, worked because we minimized Aston Villa very well. We took complete advantage of them just sitting in a mid-block, and we minimized them to no chance in that first half. We did our job tactically. It was just we didn't kill them off. And then when we didn't kill them off, they started killing us, and we didn't have a response because the depth on our pitch just isn't good enough, which leads me to the second point. Transfer window. Transfer window, transfer window, transfer window. I'm going to sound like a broken record talking about this, but yet another example of it. We have a system that demands the wingers be good 1v1. So what do? We buy Pedro Neto and Alejandro Garnacho as our starters. Two wingers that aren't good 1v1, that are good with minimal touches. We put them in a position where they need maximum touches. Why did you buy them? Why did you buy them for a system and a manager that you're trying to keep and back long term, despite knowing that stylistically, they don't add up to the way that we play? And you can see it based on how we play. And that just goes, that's before we go and talk about the obvious elephant in the room, which was Maresca demanding a ball-playing centre-back. We say, you have internal solutions, guys. And look at Badia Shields ball-playing for the first goal. Just easily gives the ball away. And then not even that, he's flat-footed and he's late to react after that point. Well done, mate. Well done. Big up to the sporting directors for another great window, because it's all the manager's fault and it's definitely not the sporting directors. And don't get it twisted. We are going to talk about Enzo Maresca because, like I've said before, he's screwed up in too many games. And I do look at these subs and I think we could have handled those substitutions a bit better. But we're not going to pretend like we weren't set up to win that game. We weren't going to pretend like the tactics did not have us pushing Villa back into their box and in complete control for 2/3 of the game. The problem is the personnel. That is always going to be the root cause. And that's just the main point I tried to put out. People can be Maresca out if they want to be. People can hold the manager more accountable if they want to be. But ultimately, if you can't see that the root cause is how we have mismanaged all of these windows, I don't really know how to help you. Because I can hold the manager accountable, but I'm just going to hold the sporting directors more. Because we knew going out of this window that we had not done enough. I didn't think it would be to this extent. And this is where, again, Maresca has to be held accountable because you have screwed up in too many league games. In fact, this is just going to lead into my first point. Maresca does have to be held accountable as well because you've screwed up in too many league games. And what we have allowed is for us to go from 6 points clear of Villa to 10 points behind. A 16-point swing is unacceptable. We are 5th right now. We've allowed that garbage Liverpool side that's been in free fall to go above us. We're level with United, and we're only a couple points off fucking Tottenham. And some of the decisions Maresca made hasn't been good enough. He's overcomplicated things too much for me. And if we're just going to isolate this game, I don't know why Palmer came off. And this ain't going to be me saying Palmer was amazing. He was electric. I do think he was bringing the ball forward more for us than a lot of the other forwards, for whatever that's worth. But ultimately, I don't think any of the forwards were great. My thing is, though, you told me a few days ago that Palmer can play 90 minutes. We are in a 3rd v 4th battle, and we're drawing. Keep my best attacker on the pitch. It's as simple as that. He's had a week off. Why is he coming off? Cucurella injured. Well, he might be injured. Whatever. I understand that. Calm. I would have brought on Santos personally just to add more physicality to the midfield once Onana had come on. I felt like we needed to match that a little bit. But throwing in Gusto, I'm not even necessarily too mad about that because number one, the only 10 that you brought in was Buonanotte on loan, who sucks. I'm sorry, he sucks. And Santos has not been impressive this season, especially playing further forward. So you want to play Gusto or you want to play Santos? I don't really care too tough, but you should have kept Palmer on the pitch. I don't get taking him off at 1-1. He was visibly annoyed with that, and so was a lot of people, and I get that. But in the past games as well, Brighton, Man United, Sunderland, Atalanta, Bournemouth, Leeds, he's made too many mistakes in those games. So I get people wanting to put him accountable. I'm with you there. But my point still stands. You have to keep Maresca. These sporting directors are the main problem. And the only way I'll even accept Maresca leaving is, number one, you get a direct proven winner for an upgrade, which I don't believe we're going to do. I think we're going to get Liam Rossigna or some other flavour of the month from the Championship. Or you sack the sporting directors, bring in the new sporting director, and if he wants Maresca gone, fine. You're the new sporting director. You steer the ship how you want to do it, and I'm just going to judge based on how we look. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Maresca. Sporting directors, we've already spoken about them. These lot are the root cause for this problem. I don't even know if I've added that as a point, but I'm going to add it anyway. They are the root cause because they have fumbled the last 4 windows and they ignore the manager just to go for their pet projects. 90 million spent on garbage left wingers that barely fit the way that we play. While we struggle with our wingers and with our centre-backs, that is a sackable offence. But they got given a 6-year extension, so they're not even going to fucking get that, are they? They're not even going to get that. It is all just straight disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful from us. Final point. The forwards. Well, I've already spoke about the forwards. The centre-backs. There is too much of a golfing class in our centre-backs. Once it's not Wesley Fofana or Levi Colwill, they can't be trusted. Chalobah is good depth. He matches the level of the player next to him, fine. Badiashile, you are too injury prone. You don't show me levels consistently when you play. This cannot be our depth. Tosin goes without saying, what is the damn point? What is the point? But these are the centre-backs that we have allowed ourselves to be stuck with. So it all, again, just comes down to this garbage window. I'm going to add another point, just because I want to end on a positive, and I haven't spoken about him. He deserves it. Robert Sanchez. Brilliant. You kept the scoreline decent, man. From when those substitutions came on for Villa, that game was all about you. Because you were making save after save after save and keeping us in the game. Big up to Robert Sanchez. Everybody else, well, Reece James as well. Absolutely excellent. excellent performance from him, and Caicedo. The rest, all meaty to not good enough, in all honesty. But yeah, you, man, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out. And yeah, up the Chelsea.